Welcome, wrestling fans. Gordon Zoli with you here along with Buddy Colt, and this is Championship Wrestling from Florida. And tonight we're going to see the biggest names here in Championship Wrestling from Florida, and we're going to open it up with the Bahamas heavyweight champion, Bruiser Brody. Stay with us. Good evening, wrestling fans. Once again, Gordon Zoli here with you, and tonight we're going to kick things off with the brand new Florida's NWA Florida Bahamas champion, the one and the only Bruiser Brody. Since coming here to the Central Florida area, he has made no mistakes and no qualms about the fact that he is here to capture championship gold, and that is exactly what he did last time out here. It was a fatal three-way triple threat match in which he was able to secure that title. Tonight he'll go one-on-one in a non-title match with the former Bahamian champion, and that, of course, Tyree Pride. Buddy Colt, and your thoughts right now on Bruiser Brody as the Bahamas champion?
Well, my thoughts are very simple, Gordon. I think that he's going to have that title as long as he wants it. He is a big, absolutely ornery, brutal man. He's aligned himself, at least periodically, with Sir Oliver Humperdink, and that's automatically going to give him an upper hand. We don't see him here ringside, but that doesn't mean he's not here.
Well, indeed, we know that Oliver Humperdink and the House of Humperdink have managed some great success based on the fact that Oliver Humperdink often plays a role in the match. Here is the former Bahamas champion himself, Tyree Pride. The fans still love him here, and we've already seen him regain that title from a much bigger, much stronger individual in the past, and that in the one-man gang. The question is, will he be able to do that again with Bruiser Brody? This is not a triple threat match. It is a one-on-one match. It's a non-title event, so we will see exactly what Tyree Pride can bring to the table in this match. Wasting no time at all, Brody going, and it doesn't work out for him, though, as Tyree Pride taking him down. And now Tyree Pride with a suplex on Brody, rolls over the top going for the cover early on, and I'm surprised.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people here right now are surprised. Tyree Pride getting a quick advantage on Bruiser Brody, and he's going to try to take advantage of that, and you can't blame him. He's on the top rope now, but he has second thoughts.
Oh, brother, and he uses those second thoughts to his advantage. He is really using the quickness and speed to his advantage, but that time it backfires on him, and Bruiser Brody now starting to take over. Off the ropes he comes back out front. Both men running head-to-head, and nobody giving an inch on that one. And now Tyree Pride once again getting the upper hand on Bruiser Brody. Thank you all. We appreciate you, the members of the Nation Network, tuning in each and every week as we try to bring you the best of old school wrestling right here on the Nation Network. Tyree Pride now bringing Bruiser Brody back to his feet. I'm not sure that's exactly what you'd want to do, but there it is. Puts him down again with that DDT, and now hooking the leg for the second time. Tyree Pride trying to pull up the upset in most people's opinion, I believe.
Well, I tell you, I'd be very surprised to see it. I mean, I'm already surprised. Look what's happened. Look what has happened in this match so far. Did you think Tyree Pride would have this much offense against Bruiser Brody, especially at this point in the match?
No, I did not, and I don't think anybody really would have, but the match itself is not over, and Bruiser Brody comes up with another devastating suplex. And at some point in time, I expect Bruiser Brody is going to weather the storm, and then he is going to come back, and he's starting to do that right now. But here comes Tyree Pride, not allowing Bruiser Brody to put any real momentum behind his offense, and now Brody rolling all the way out to the floor.
You're right, Tyree Pride has not allowed Brody to put any offense together. Look at this little ring around the rosy inside out. And now Tyree Pride again getting the upper hand with that spinning back kick to the midsection.
Bruiser Brody is stunned one more time. I don't think he knows what to make of this Tyree Pride. He may have underestimated the abilities of Tyree Pride, and that's a mistake if you're doing that. But I think, again, most people on paper would have expected this to be a much different match at this point than it has been. Tyree Pride now perhaps the first mistake of the match, turning his back to Bruiser Brody to celebrate with the fans. The match itself is not over. You don't celebrate yet.
I agree totally with that. I think that was a mistake, and he goes running into Bruiser Brody, who had time to recover, and here comes the big heart punch, and down he goes.
Devastating maneuver, and we have seen that move drop many men to the point where they were unable to get back up. Brody continuing the beating across the back with a clubbing forearm, and now Brody choking him up in the air. Tremendous slam, spine buster, and he has really done a number on him. Now Brody going up to the top rope, and if he does what I think he's going to do, this match might be over.
Oh, he connected with that one perfectly. Drove that knee and near 300 pounds into the chest of Tyree Pride.
And it is over. Well, let's give credit where credit is due. Tyree Pride, he put up a much greater effort than I think anybody expected to see out of him. Certainly Bruiser Brody. But Brody weathered the storm as I thought he might, and he came back and showed why he is indeed the Bahamas champion.
Yeah, he did. Bruiser Brody, I got to give credit. You know, I was shocked at how much offense Tyree put up. I think Brody had to be shocked. But he got himself together. He pulled it all together. And then at the end of the day, gets the win. His hand is raised, and he is still the Bahamas champion either way.
Fans, stay with us. We got more action still to come here. right, wrestling fans, we are back, and now we're being joined by Kendall Windham. He's got a microphone, and he's heading up into the ring. The youngest member of the Windham clan, and he apparently has something he wants to say. Let's find out exactly what that is.
You know, I've been out here for a lot of weeks, and I've been doing my best, and I've been getting a little bit better, and I've had some opportunities, but one thing I haven't done here so far is I haven't had the opportunity to win a championship title. But that's all going to change. So whether I've got to go up against Bruiser Brody for the Bahamas title, or whether I've got to go and get a tag team partner and go after the Florida tag team titles, I'm going to start focusing now on the next step in the evolution of my career, and I'm going to go after the gold here. You see, it's not just enough to be a wrestler on a daily basis. You have to show that you're getting better. You have to show that you're worthy. And you guys have done nothing but support me, and I want to bring something back to all of you great fans here in the state of Florida, and that's what I'm planning to do.
Wait just a minute. Kevin Sullivan making his way down to the ring now, and that's not good news for anybody.
You know what, Kevin Sullivan, the Prince of Darkness, you just never know what's on his mind, and I don't like the way this looks early on.
Still wearing the badge of the war involving Mike Graham on his head. The battle scars, if you will.
You know something, Kendall? I used to think a lot more of you. See, I'm out here and I'm listening to you, and you're talking about the Florida Tag Team Championship, and you're talking about the Bahamas Championship. What I don't hear you talking about is the Florida Championship.
Well, as you know, the Florida Championship is held by my brother Barry, and that's in good hands. That leaves 2 other titles that I can go after, and I'm gonna go after them. And not you or nobody else is gonna stop that.
So, just so I understand, you're afraid to fight your brother. You see, as long as you avoid going after the Florida Heavyweight Championship, you're always gonna be Barry's little brother.
You know something? I don't need the Florida Heavyweight Championship. I'd like it, and someday I think I'll get it. But right now, if I get the Bahamas title from Bruiser Brody, I'd be just as happy with that. And if I can get the tag team titles, that would be great too.
Well, again, everything I'm hearing right now sounds like you don't got the guts. See, I've watched you for a long time now, and I think the time is now. I think you're ready, but I can tell you something right now. Your brother doesn't want to have to put that title against you because he knows you can beat him.
You know, Kevin, I know what you're trying to do out here. I saw what you did to Mike Graham, and you're not going to do it to me. There's no way you're driving a wedge between me and my family. But if you want your family to get involved in my family, we've got some old business that we can definitely settle.
I gave you more credit than maybe you were worth. You see something? I know what other people around here know, but they won't say. The only thing holding you back is you.
Well, maybe something won't be holding me back much longer, and if you stay in my face, maybe I'll just show you exactly what I can do inside this ring.
Well, to me, you're spending your energy and your emotion in the wrong direction. You talked about coming out here focusing on a title. I'm giving you direction. Why settle for the bottom when you can go to the top.
Kevin Sullivan trying to rile up Kendall Windham. Fans will be back with more right after this. All right, wrestling fans, once again we are back, and it is time for some tag team action we're going to be seeing here now. Formerly members of the Temple of Five, which has since come crumbling down, and now they represent the House of Humperdink.
Oliver Humperdink there in the background, you see him, and he is so proud to be the man with the tag team champions, Kendall Nagasaki and the Great Buddha.
Well, indeed he is, and he has every reason to be proud, I suppose. He inherited them. They were his team originally, gave them to Kevin Sullivan, and now gets them back wearing the gold. This team been very successful. Nobody's been able to take those tag team titles from them, despite many efforts. This young man, the Great Buddha, definitely a force to be reckoned with here in the world of professional wrestling, but particularly here in the state of Florida.
I can tell you something right now. This Great Buddha has done such a job. His evolution over the past 8 or 9 months has been absolutely incredible, and the sky is the limit for this youngster.
And here comes the Tampa connection. We saw them together last week, Mike Graham and Steve Kern. Of course, Steve Kern, formerly of the Fabulous Ones. Things went south for them back at the Battle of the Belts when Stan Lane turned on them. Stan Lane since leaving the state of Florida. Steve Kern looking for a partner. He's been trying out several different people, but seems to be settling in on Mike Graham right now.
Well, I think these two guys really do complement each other very, very well. And you're right, we've seen him with a few other tag team partners. He was with Sam Houston, he was with Kendall Windham, he was with Mike Rotundo, and all of them were very good, and they won matches. But I think Mike Graham and he probably fit each other's mold the best right now if you're looking at these two different styles and wondering who's going to get things done. I got to believe that right now we're looking at a pretty solid opportunity here for these two guys from Tampa.
Well, no doubt about it, and a win here over the tag team champions is going to go a very long way. Now Mike Graham with that knee striking Muta down, and there he goes. And there's a tag to Steve Kern. Title's not on the line in this one, but believe me, Steve Kern wants nothing more than to get back into that title picture. The Fabulous Ones, formerly the NWA United States Tag Team Champions at one point in time. Florida Tag Team Champions. Mr. Kern definitely knowing what it is and what it takes to become a champion here in pro wrestling in the state of Florida. Deep arm drag, and down he goes, and now Kern once again winding Muta up into the corner he goes. And now Muta probably not where he wants to be. The tag is made. Here comes the double team. Tremendous move right there by Mike Graham, and now he's turned his attention to Oliver Humperdink for a moment. And it is the great Muta folding him up with a belly-to-back suplex.
Well, Graham turned his back because of Oliver Humperdink, and Humperdink is really good at distracting people. We all know that. But Graham coming right back now with Kendall Nagasaki, and now he drops him.
Mr. Nagasaki coming up now with that back body drop. Taking advantage of the situation. He's got Mike Graham in trouble. Goes up for the pile driver perhaps. Turns it into a power bomb. And Mike Graham is in trouble. Tremendous move right there, and Graham able to kick out. He's got him in trouble, and now look at this. Graham is in that dragon sleeper hold. He better figure a way out of this one.
Kendall Nagasaki has him up now, drops him across that top rope, and I tell you, Graham's starting to feel it. Steve Kern desperately trying to make that tag. Graham's got to get over there to make it happen, though, and Kendall Nagasaki not allowing it.
Indeed, he is not. He has had the opportunities here taken from him, has Mike Graham. Graham now powers him into the turnbuckle. Thought we might see the double team there. Does not happen, but Graham has got Nagasaki in the turnbuckle, and now Kendo doing a tremendous job of getting out of trouble there. But he comes right back into a clothesline by Mike Graham. Graham now on the middle rope, waiting for Mr. Nagasaki to get back to his feet, and he does. And now, Kern couldn't hang on to it. And the Great Muta now starting to take over in this one. Driving a knee into the small of the back of Steve Kern.
Well, we mentioned that they've been on a bit of a win streak here, and obviously a win in this match is going to catapult them right to the top of the standings in the tag team division here in the state of Florida. But the question now has to be, what happens if they don't win this match here today?
Went for that springboard handspring, and that backfires on him. Steve Kern, well, scouting Muta, but now Muta fighting back. Kern catching the leg and the knee going to work. Steve Kern now with a butterfly grip. Drops him head first into the canvas, and that is a devastating maneuver.
Oh, Steve Kern making the mistake. You've got this guy in all kinds of trouble. Why in the world are you not staying on top of your man?
Well, he's back on him now, and he goes to work again on the leg. If he can ground the Great Muta, that will be a big asset to him. Drops him on the back of his head, and that should be all she wrote. Kern hooking the leg. Save made by Kendall Nagasaki. Wait a minute. What just happened there?
I think Steve Kern got tied up for a moment and didn't realize who was behind him, but he just took out his own tag team partner by accident. So you can pretty much throw everything we just said a moment ago out the window.
Things do happen during the course of a match, and I believe Steve Kern lost track of who was attacking him. He knew Kendall Nagasaki was in the ring. I think when he felt contact behind him, he somehow just decided that was the opportunity he was looking for. Now look at this, Mike Graham's in the ring. Oh, and Kendall Nagasaki taking him down. Mike Graham now going to work on Kendall Nagasaki, and this is all out chaos here in the ring. Nagasaki cleaning house, and Mike Graham out to the floor. Referees having a lot of trouble maintaining order in this one, and we'll see. Oh, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. There's that green mist. Kendall Nagasaki's got it clamped in. Steve Kern in trouble. Back heel trip. He's down. Shoulders are on the mat. And it's up. No, he manages to get out somehow. Unbelievable turn of events here. Mike Graham is in the ring. And again, everyone goes down. Fans, I've seen it all in this one, I'll tell you. Steve Kern going to work on Kendall Nagasaki.
It has been an absolute mess of a match for a referee to try to maintain, no doubt about it. Belly to belly suplex right there by Steve Kern, though. And now a big back body drop as well. Steve Kern's got to do something about making a tag. I think he's done a lot of damage to Kendall Nagasaki, but I think the longer he stays in this match, the worse it's going to turn out for him.
Well, the problem right now is he's got nobody to tag Mike Graham. Oh, what a move right there by Kendall Nagasaki. I was starting to say Mike Graham is not even up on the apron, but at this point it may be academic. In the corner he goes. Here's the tag, double team coming up. Irish whips him into the ropes. Drop toe hold, and now follows up with a big elbow. Mike Graham has Kendall Nagasaki with a bulldog. And now from behind, he's got him. And Muta's gone. Referee goes down for the cover. Will that be enough? No, only a 2 count right there. Very close to a big upset win right here for the Tampa Connection. Once again, the tag made, and here comes the double team. Irish whip into the ropes. Back out front he comes. Double back body drop way up in the lights. And now Steve Kern driving him head first into the canvas, and that might be all she wrote. 1, 2, and a save made by the Great Muta. Muta able to get in the ring just in the nick of time. Wait a minute. What is going on here? And now Kendall Nagasaki with a big knee lifting down goes Steve Kern. Kern reversing it. He's got him tied up in the ropes, and now here's the Irish whip. Knee into the midsection as the blood flowing down the head of Kendall Nagasaki.
Kendall Nagasaki right now really feeling it on the receiving end of a lot of punishment here. That blood starting to stream into the eyes, and that's always bad news for anybody when you're in the ring.
Kern again following up. The champions are in trouble, even though the title is not. From the top rope, rocket launcher and Mike Graham. Hooking the leg, referee is there. Will that be enough?
Nagasaki still able to somehow survive this, and I'll tell you, I'm impressed with both teams right now, but I've got to tell you, this Tampa Connection's really done a great job showing up for themselves here tonight, making a statement that they are worthy of getting a title match.
What a drop kick that was right there. It stunned the man, no doubt about it. He's got him up, neck breaker. Steel chair has now made its way into this ring, courtesy of Oliver Humperdink. And now Mike Graham, what's he doing? He puts it up in the corner. And now, Kendall Nagasaki. Head first, he goes into it now, goes for the cover, hooks the leg, and his feet up on the rope, save made by the great Buddha.
Taking a page out of the book. You know, he did spend a little bit of time in that Temple of Doom, so to think that none of that rubbed off on him or that he didn't pick up any secrets and tricks of the trade.
Double team, back body drop again, and Kendall Nagasaki is in all kinds of trouble. Steve Kern has him up, and gutbuster down he goes. Steve Kern liking where he's at in this match right now. Oh, wait a minute. He and Muta having some word. He started to taunt him, it looked like. Muta getting the better of him in that situation, and now Kern is stunned. Now Muta goes down. Kendall Nagasaki setting him into the corner, and we'll see what happens. Oh, wait a minute. Here goes Steve Kern. Hits the ropes, planting him head first into the mat, and now Steve Kern, this may be all she wrote. And now Nagasaki one more time going in. He's got that missed. Mike Graham breaking things up right here. Kendall Nagasaki able, for the moment at least. And now, wait a minute, going for the cover. This could be a big one. And he gets two, but somehow Steve Kern able to kick out.
Steve Kern very lucky right here. I thought for sure this one was over.
Kern going all the way up to the top rope. What's he going to do from here? Big elbow finding the target, and now hooks the leg. We see Muta coming in the ring from behind, and Steve Kern did not know it was coming. Kern now, small package, has him rolled up in the middle of the ring. I don't know if he'll be able to make the save this time or not.
Just barely got in there in time, and now Mike Graham doing his best right here.
Steve Kern has really had opportunity after opportunity here. Kendall Nagasaki is in trouble. Muta at the moment is nowhere near to be found. And here's a bridging suplex. I thought he might be going for the cover out of that. And now Nagasaki outside the ring. Landing the elbow up on the springboard. Using the elbow right to the head and the forehead area of Steve Kern. Bringing Kern back to his feet. And speaking of back to his feet, we see now. Wait a minute. Nice block right there by Steve Kern. Kern waiting on Kendall Nagasaki to get back up to his feet, and he does. He drops him on the back of his head. And now Muta and Mike Graham exchanging blows here ringside. Kendall Nagasaki dropping him on his head, and Kern in trouble.
Oh, he's got Mike Graham now caught up from behind, too. What a suplex. Oh, my word.
Oliver Humperdink is having words with the Great Muta outside the ring. He's trying to keep his team focused right now. We've got pandemonium breaking loose in this one. Oh, and Kern turns that one around. He hooks the leg. Will that be enough? He able to get 2 and no more, and Muta once again was making his move. Tremendous suplex right there, and now Steve Kern going up to the top rope, but he's not realizing where he's at as Muta knocks him all the way back down.
Well, I'll tell you something right now. These two teams have really, really done a lot of damage to one another. I don't care who wins and who loses at this point. Neither one's going to be the same when it's over.
Nagasaki again catching Steve Kern and making a bad thing turn into a positive. Fireman carry nicely done by Steve Kern, and now he's very close to the corner. Went for the tag, and look at this. Kendo Nagasaki. Back and forth, this one continues, and up in the air again. He drove him head first into the mat. There's the cover, hooks the leg, and the referee is there for... Oh, I thought he had him for sure. Kern continues to administer the punishment on Kendo Nagasaki. Now he hooks the leg. Mike Graham is in the ring. And still Muta able to make that save somehow. Mike Graham now trying to take Muta out of the equation. Referee is down.
Well, we mentioned earlier that this thing was starting to break down. It was getting out of control, and now we're seeing this at full speed.
Hammering down on the head, and now the face of Kendo Nagasaki becoming a crimson mask. You can no longer see the war paint. It has now become blood red.
Oh, he's got that Asian death grip on the throat, which I've always said should not be legal, but somehow he manages to get away with it, but it doesn't work. And this is one of the few times I can say that.
And finally, the tag is made, and now the double team. Irish whips him into the ropes, drops, so he'll follow up with another elbow. And now, small package, he's got him rolled up. That might be enough. Yes, they got him.
Wow, what an unbelievable victory for the Tampa Connection. Mike Graham, Steve Kern get the victory.
Well, we saw how things started going right there when the Great Muta went for that patented handspring elbow, and it was thwarted, and that is the first time I've seen that happen. The green mist didn't pay off as well. But at the end of the day, the Tampa Connection getting a very impressive victory here. Steve Kern victorious, along with Mike Graham. Fans, stay with us. Plenty more action still to come here on Championship Wrestling from Florida. All right, we welcome you back, wrestling fans, and, well, now we're getting a look at the Florida Heavyweight Champion, Barry Windham. He's got a hot mic, and I wonder what's on his mind.
Well, we heard from his younger brother earlier tonight, and we saw what happened with him and Kevin Sullivan. You know, I couldn't help but hear what happened earlier on tonight between my brother and you, Kevin Sullivan. See, one thing, Kevin Sullivan, you still haven't figured out after the crumbling destruction of the Temple of Five is blood is thicker than water. Well, tonight, I'm going to prove that to you. So you want to start something in my family? You want to come out and try and turn my brother and me against each other? Well, that's not going to happen, but I'll tell you what is going to happen. I said blood is thicker than water. Well, we'll prove it tonight because the Windham boys, we're coming after the Dungeon of Doom. And we'll see you right here tonight. And speaking of blood, I hope you're not afraid of the sight of blood, because I've got a feeling you're going to be seeing it tonight, but it's going to be yours. If you got the guts, meet us right here tonight.
Well, there you have it. Barry Windham challenging Kevin Sullivan in the Dungeon of Doom. All right, wrestling fans, we are back, and it is time for more championship wrestling from Florida. Making his way down to the ring at this time, he is the henchman, if you would, of Sir Oliver Humperdink. He's done the most damage, no doubt about it, for the House of Humperdink. Cowboy Ron Bass.
Well, Cowboy Ron Bass, he is, he's a tough son of a gun, no two ways about it, man. He's all kinds of mean and angry, rolled up together. He's very strong, very tough. And since the falling out that took place between superstar Billy Graham and the House of Humperdink, now we've got a new situation here and a new brawl, new series of matches that we've been seeing here, and a new superstar Billy Graham, most importantly.
Oh, indeed, and these fans appreciating the new superstar Billy Graham as they come to their feet. And now Mr. Bass perhaps not going to wait for the official introduction, so to speak. And this one takes place right here in the aisle. The big cowboy, Ron Bass, going to work. And down he goes. And now, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. Sir Oliver Humperdink putting his hands on superstar Billy Graham, and that may prove to be a mistake. We've got action, and it's not part of the organized plan. And again, Oliver Humperdink getting himself physically involved in this match. Superstar Billy Graham taking him down, and now Superstar Billy Graham focusing his attention on Oliver Humperdink, and I'll tell you, that could be a problem, not only for Oliver Humperdink, but for Billy Graham, who's not right now paying attention to Ron Bass, but that does not stop him. He is a man possessed right here, Superstar Billy Graham. I have not seen him look like this in some time, and now again down goes Oliver Humperdink. Here into the railing at ringside is Superstar Billy Graham, and now Ron Bass driving him into that concrete floor and into the ring steps. Bass going to work on Superstar Billy Graham. This match is out of control. And down he goes, and now Superstar Billy Graham. He beat the count back in the ring. He gets the win.
Wow, what an unbelievable... You can't even call that one a match, really, but Superstar Billy Graham, all the action taking place outside the ring. It was one hell of a brawl is what it was. Ron Bass decided to start this thing off early. And that played into the hands of Superstar Billy Graham.
Say what you will, but the Superstar Billy Graham manages to get the win. It's a count-out victory over Oliver Humperdink and Ron Bass, but I doubt we've heard the last of this one. All right, fans, we have our main event of the evening next. And it is a tag team match. It was made earlier tonight. It all started out with Kendall Windham when he came out here. Kevin Sullivan challenging him. Not necessarily to this match, but it's the way it turned out. The Prince of Darkness now joined by the Purple Haze. Man we knew as Mark Lewin is now the only other known member of the Dungeon of Doom.
Well, you know, you said it all right there. You said it all right there. The only known member. And that's the whole thing with this guy. You never know. You never know what's going on. You can never be 100% sure of anything.
Well, there is one thing we can be sure of, and that is that between the two of them, they are sharing the same brain. Mark Lewin has been completely converted by Kevin Sullivan, the only man remaining loyal after the collapse of the Temple of Five. And you still see the battle scars on the head of Kevin Sullivan from that Temple of Doom match back in the Battle of the Belts. He took a fall that most people thought would have ended his career, but now here comes the opposition. And indeed, blood is thicker than water. Kendall Windham and Barry Windham making their way down to the ring. Barry Windham, the Florida Heavyweight Champion. Kendall Windham making it clear that he's going after a title of his own. Here's Kevin Sullivan trying to stir the pot, as it were, but that has backfired on him here tonight.
Well, it's a case of out of the frying pan and into the fire for Kevin Sullivan.
And now I'm not sure what's going on here. It looks like it's turned itself into a one-on-one match. And now Kendall Windham going to work right here. I thought it was going to be a tag team match. I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, it does appear now that suddenly it's one-on-one, with each man having a member of his team at ringside. So you're right, hard to figure out what's going on in this one.
Irish whip now has Kevin Sullivan over the rope. And now he just walked right into it at Kendall Windham. And Sullivan now has him in that side headlock. And the Prince of Darkness going to work on the youngster. Nice move right there by Kevin Sullivan, or by Kendall Windham, I beg your pardon. And now Windham sending him into that turnbuckle. He goes, follows him up. Big Texas Lariat dropping him.
Well, Kendall Windham feeling pretty good right now, but, you know, that's the opportunity there is you just let him get back up on his feet. You don't want to give him opportunities.
He's got him under the bottom rope, and they just throat first, and Sullivan in trouble. And now Kendall Windham going for the cover. Will that be enough? Perhaps a little too early in the match, but Kendall Windham taking advantage of the opportunity.
Well, Kendall Windham, definitely the youngster in this thing. He's got to learn from experience. He's already had so much great experience, and now he's just trying to build on it. And here's one of those top opportunities for Kendall Windham to do just that.
Well, he got the opportunity of defying gravity, but he also found out what happens. Kevin Sullivan taking him out to the ring. Now, meantime, the Purple Haze just put a steel chair in the ring. And a bulldog on the concrete floor. Having some words right there with his brother, perhaps getting some advice, and now Kevin Sullivan from behind. Throwing the youngster back into the ring, and now Kendall Windham. Let's see what he's got to do.
Sullivan right now shooting that half. He thinks he's got enough for a pinfall. I doubt that very seriously. Kendall Windham's not going to go down that easy.
Referee finally removing that chair from the ring that was put there by the Purple Haze. Sullivan, and he takes Kendall Windham, dropping him throat first across that top rope, and that's bad news for Kendall Windham. Oh, wait a minute. Kendall Windham catching the leg, and now Sullivan throws him off. Oh, he just busted him wide open. Those wounds from the Temple of Doom not completely healed yet, and now Kendall Windham drawing first blood, as it were.
Well, we heard Barry Windham earlier on say, blood is thicker than water, and you're going to see yours tonight, and that has come true.
Kendall Windham now with a leg going in for a figure four leg lock on Kevin Sullivan. Kendall Windham, but Sullivan able to reach the ropes. Into the turnbuckle he goes, and now what's going to happen here? The blood flowing through the bandage. And there's a bulldog, and Kevin Sullivan is in trouble. This will be a huge upset if he's able to pull it off, and he does.
Well, you said it, huge upset. Kendall Windham does something that I don't think a lot of people would have given him credit for at the beginning of the night.
Well, we saw earlier on, he tried it there with that bottom rope across the throat, and he almost had it.
Well, he had the figure four leg lock on, but Sullivan was just barely able to grab the ropes, I should say. And then there was that bulldog. He already had busted him open, and you wonder just how much the Temple of Doom match still lingers in Kevin Sullivan.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there is the winner. I don't know that he's in the shadow of his brother at all. Kendall Windham with a big victory right there. And now, wait a minute, where's Sullivan at? Where is Kevin Sullivan? And now, look at this, doing more damage is Kendall Windham. Oh, wait a minute. What the heck is going on here? Kendall Windham and Barry Windham are talking about something. I'm not sure what. Kendall Windham has just taken Barry Windham down.
I can't believe what I'm seeing right here.
Kendall Windham doing a number on his brother. This is out of control. Fans, I don't know what to make of this. Barry Windham, Kendall Windham are now back up face to face. And again, Kendall Windham and Barry Windham looking up saying, why?